Oh, I thought the queue didn't fire. We were on a fill seat waiting. So I backed out, but turns out Q is here. It just got in at the last second. So now Quintorious, I've played with him once before. Um, red white card. So you're committing yourself pretty early, but I have found him to be very good. Um, Basically, if you can get any sort of board state going, he can just win the game outright. I actually killed an opponent with his ultimate. Would you believe it? So that was kind of cool. Um, I used his ultimate and then cast cards in my graveyard to deal my opponent the last few points of life. So I'm going to start with this because otherwise, like, what are you starting with? A Cloud Guard or a Tally's Favor, a white or red card. You know, we're going to start in half of this color pair anyway. So yeah, we're going to take Quintorious, and there's no real specific deck he wants to be in, just a red white deck. All right, well now we've got past Spring Loaded Soul Blades, so that is a deck. I would consider that to be a slightly more controlling version of the deck once you're playing that. So we're going to try and do red white control. Now the thing is, we are passing good red and good white cards. We just passed I'll take Cloud Guard. We also passed Natalie's Favor, and now we're going to be passing a Diamond Pickaxe. So we're going to have to fight for Quintorious, but I reckon we can, especially getting some nice, good early removal. Now this is an interesting one. I'm going to have a little look. 17 lands, because I think that Market Gnome is where you want to be. So I do. But it can be hard to validate that, maybe, you know. So I would like to know how Market Gnome does. So here the Market Gnome is like a 54 or something, and then just the other two drop. Volatile Wanderglyph. It is a significantly higher win rate. So, is that what we pick? I still think we pick the Market Gnome. It's an early blocker, and a defensive one drop, which I think is excellent. Right, so we've picked up a Miner's Guidewing, so that's a much more aggressive white card. It's still a good sign to see a Miner's Guidewing here late, so I think we want to be trying to cut white as it's coming into us. So it works out that we picked up the we picked up the Market Gnome. Now we can take the Goblin Tomb Raider and just become very aggressive. That is an option for us. With the Miner's Guidewing, that does work. So it does, but it doesn't work with our Market Gnome pick. So I think we pass on trying to be super aggressive, I think. Yeah, and we just take a couple of Sunscribes, fine cards. And we're just gonna. I think we should pass the Tomb Raider, honestly. I don't think we're being super aggressive, but it's over a Gold Fury Strider. It's over a Gold Fury Strider. I guess we take it and we'll see. So this is the thing about white red. Like, we do want a slightly slower deck or whatever, but maybe not. Maybe not. Right now, our only super defensive card is Market Gnome, and Quintorious is a 5-drop, which means you want to be slightly more defensive naturally. A Sandwing is fine in a defensive deck, sure. So I don't know how much we're going to be leaning into the Goblin Tomb Raiders and the Miner's Guidewings in this kind of draft. But having two reasonable 2-drops. No, I don't think white is particularly open, because that's all we saw, really. There's some Sunscribes. That's not an indication that white is open by any stretch of the imagination. So. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm not the biggest believer in forcing your first pick. Like, you know, sometimes you need to be able to move off. But we didn't see anything crazy that we would have moved off into. Nothing that I can think of. Because Quintorious, if we resolve him, is going to be very difficult to beat. In the games that I played this guy before, I'm pretty sure that I won every game in which I resolved Quintorious. So, I suppose we can just read it again for anyone who's not that familiar. So, it's kind of like that, you know, the bread and butter planeswalker of +1 ability that creates a creature to help defend it. Then like a value sort of card draw kind of ability on the minus. and then an ultimate that you don't get to that often. But the text he has where when you cast a spell from exile, he deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life. So that means that there's like a discover sub theme in here. Now, see again, yes, we're seeing a lot of green, and we're seeing a lot of black, but we're not seeing any good green or black. So we could, of course, consider splashing Quintorious. And that might come up, because we are basically mono-white. So we could splash him. We could play a green, white, and splash Quintorious. But again, nothing huge here that we'd want to play over Quintorious. Or sorry, we'd want to play that's in another colour, so we'll just take another red card. Ancestor's Aid is serviceable. So not the most exciting pack 1 at all, but we've got a very strong card and a rough idea of where we're going. So, and we also have spring-loaded Sawblades. So we got Quintorious and the Sawblades, 2 very good cards. And oh yeah, Sawblades are crew 1 to be fair. Now an Adaptive Gem Guard or Glorifier of Suffering. That is an interesting one. That's a pick I'm not sure about actually. I'll pick up a Glorifier of Suffering for now. I don't want to start picking up Gem Guards until we get to the point where, well, if I was green, I'd probably play a Malamet Brawler. So. And I don't want any of these, so I'll take a land. If we do play the defensive kind of deck, we will want, we'll play a land. So, okay, time to actually start putting the cards back where they belong. I just do that to kind of have a wee look at what I have. So, Malamet War Scribe, not something we're overly interested in. Sunfire Torch is fine. A Braid, okay, we're just taking a Braid, that's fine. That's pretty good. Some decent removal. Okay, so we're just taking a Braid here. We could also take a Scytheclaw Raptor, but I actually am higher on a Braid than Scytheclaw Raptor. It's a fine card. Scytheclaw Raptor, I quite like it, but I like the Torch too. So maybe we'll get one of these red cards back. Is it likely? There's not. Well, there's a blue-red card here, so a couple of playable black cards. My quite being on the very end of that range. It's unlikely we're getting a red card back, I would think. Okay, so some interesting red cards here too. Nothing very good in this pack at all, and the best cards in this pack are definitely the red cards. The red card is the best card in this pack, and then maybe the green card. If you're in the blue, if you're in the Pirates deck, you want the hat, of course. But you don't want to be second picking a hat, but I would second pick in Tally's favour every day. Okay. Now, so we do want cheap creatures, or 2-drops and stuff, to put this favour on. And we've done a good job of keeping our curve low. So, right now this deck doesn't look particularly defensive, and it doesn't look particularly aggressive either. That's right in the middle. Glorified Suffering doesn't really have a great home in this deck, but it can be played. I mean, it works with the Market Gnome, so that's nice, and you can sacrifice the treasure token you make with Ancestor's Aid. And then here, I think the smart thing to do is pick up a Petrify. Good black card here in Defossilize. Another Sunfire Torch. Another Sunscribe, but they're filler level. So we'll just take a Petrify, and now we've got a Braid and Petrify, so I feel pretty happy about that. So our removal suite. What does our removal suite look like? Let's put the Sanguine down here as a 2-drop. So we've got Spring-Loaded Sawblades. We have a Braid. And we have Petrify. So realistically, we do not need to prioritize much more removal. We will take more, of course. A Torch would be the perfect thing to get here. So what do we really want now? We want good cards, is pretty much what we want. So it's a Monstrosor or a Gold Fury Strider, or we could get an All-Tech Archaeologist or Quicksand Whirlpool. Now, I'm actually not sure what to pick there at all. So I'm going to see how the Monstrosor is fine, and then the Gold Fury Strider. I guess. Still not sure. I guess we take the Strider. I can tap artifacts, so that's the Sawblades. Got 2 Sunscribes. Maybe it's not an exciting card, and that's when with cards like that. A Caprockty Sunburn. Now that's or Sunborn. That's what I want to see. We could try and pick up another Tomb Raider. Also. But the chance of this wheeling is just damn near impossible. So we'll pick up a 4-drop. An Idol of the Deep King. Or a Dynamaton. That's an interesting one as well, actually. I'm going to go with a Dynamaton. It's a nice 4-drop to follow up. Helps us push damage. And then here I think it's got to be the Iron Paw Aspirin, right? Just another 2-drop, wears the Favor really well. Another Favor or a Sunshot Militia. I think we just take another Favor here. Because remember, these Discover triggers all work with Quintorious as well. I'm not so sure about the Go Fury Strider as of yet. I'm not so sure about the Sandwing. The Courtyard, take all that out. So then the Market Gnome becomes weaker. Because, I mean, if we wheel any of these Tomb Raiders, like, we're in good shape. Or in these Sunscribes. We're in good shape. This pack's been better for us. So it has. This pack's been better for us. It's been hard for us to... I still don't know if we want to be aggressive, honestly. Well, there's a Torch. Okay. So that makes being aggressive a little better. Now we can enhance these smaller creatures. We don't even have to be super aggressive, necessarily. This deck wants us to, to be aggressive. This wants us to be aggressive. Tally's Favor wants us to be aggressive. Dwarf Eye of Suffering not as much. Sunscribe, well, it wants to tap. Ashton wants us to, yeah, most of these cards want us to be aggressive, honestly. Yeah, most of these cards do want us to be aggressive. Okay, I think we could probably take another Dynamaton. What's it, over a Crack Shot? Nah, we can do better for 2-drops, I'm sure. So we're just going to be like a more aggressive leading mid-range deck, you know, with 3 4-drops and a 5-drop. I don't think we're trying to race necessarily. Archaeologist might be a better 5-drop to play than the Gold Fury Strider. We'll see. Goblin Tomb Raider came back. We do kind of need 3 drops though. But nah, if we're going to be more aggressive. Idol of the Deep King, I'll take one of those. Okay. No, our deck does want to be aggressive. And then there's a Magmatic Galleon at the very top. 5 damage, a crew for 2. Yeah, gotta take that, right? Good cards here I want to take. I'd probably take a Plundering Pirate over the rest of the cards there. But Magmatic Galleon's pretty nice. How many artifacts do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 artifacts? Or do you just take another Tomb Raider and go nuts? I think we just take another Tomb Raider and go nuts, honestly. Yeah, I think we just take another Tomb Raider and go nuts. If it's trying to make us be aggressive, we can be aggressive. Ty's Favor with the Wanderglyph. I mean, it's got to be a Favor all day, like. I would like the Wanderglyph, though. Yeah. I don't know how highly I rate Idol of the Deep King. Well, maybe I'll play a second one. Fag it. I'm not gonna. I mean, I really don't want to play a Burning Sun's Cavalry, like. What's the creature count like? 12 and 12, so that's way too high in favour of like non-creatures. So we do need more creatures for sure. Maybe we don't play the Idol. Plundering Pirate or an Attentive Sunscribe. It's got to be the Sunscribe, honestly. It's not that the Sunscribe's a better card, it's just curve considerations. And we can take a Blade Master. Yeah, I mean, we can take a Blade Master. I don't know if we'll play it necessarily. Another Aspirant or another Guidewing? That's a really good question, actually, because the Guidewing is what you want to be putting the counters on. It's probably say Guidewing, though. A lot of stuff to crew these Saw Blades now. A lot of Guidewings, a lot of Tomb Raiders. Yeah, but we gotta take the torch, right? With all these, with these Guidewings, we gotta take the torch. Oh, Dowsing Device. Dowsing. Well, it's the card we're gonna pick for sure. You know, I don't know if we'll play it though. How many artifacts do we have? Is the question. The 10 artifacts is pretty good actually. We might just want to play this 2-drop. Might just want to play this 2-drop. It's a difficult decision as to what to cut. We've got to keep the favors. That's for sure. I think we cut the idol. Honestly. That could be the deck there, or maybe we just cut the Dowsing Device, I'm not sure. No, the Dowsing Device seems a bit win more, to be honest. 12 creatures. Then I have Quintorious, which is a creature. Springload Saw Blades can turn into a creature, so can Magmatic Galleon, so that's pretty good. We do want to be crafting the artifacts, so. I don't think Market Gnome's where we want to be. What about Glorified Suffering? It's not a bad idea. Right. I feel like the Dynamaton's pretty important actually. Because we're not aggressive enough to be super aggressive. So we're not... We kind of want to be 17 lands here. I think I'm just going to run one torch maybe. How much does that drop my artifact count by? Not a lot. Huh. But then the torches work so well with the Guidewings. I had a lot of opportunities to pick up Sunshot Militia, but I just never did. No, maybe, yeah, no, I think we'll cut one Dynamaton, yeah. That feels better. We're strange sort of deck. Again, Red White, I find Red White very difficult to build. You know, I tried not to play the Goblin 2 meters. I really did. Seems reasonable. Cool pet. That's good. You just like, you stay away from my orb. It's upside down, me dog. So we go Torch and a Sunscribe, then we got Springloaded Sawblades. Bit of Triumph. Nice. Nice draw. It's a very good start. Maybe we should have mulliganed this hand, actually. One creature, one removal spell, and 4 lands. It's hard to know. I can't imagine you're going to want to bin Bitter Triumph. But maybe they need to draw something specific. Okay, well, Magmatic Galleon's a decent draw. Just gotta survive till then. Oh god, well, we've technically got 3 pieces of removal if we can get it off, so we could win this game. If I can Sunscribe and fire it off with Sunfire Torch, that'd be very nice. Have to tap out, unfortunately. I don't mind trading my Sunscribe for Bitter Triumph. No. Like if that's what he's supposed to spend turn 3 doing, I can live with that. So I can. There's block here and trade. Yeah. Right, I'm priced into it a little bit. He might have the Fungal Fortitude or whatever. He might have the Fungal Fortitude. No, he doesn't. Okay, that's good. Well, if I play the Caprocky Sunborn, he's just going to kill it. So I'm just going to craft this. Spend my turn doing that. Because I don't see the point in playing into the Bitter Triumph. It's nice to have something to spend the mana on. I just stranded 4 mana in his hand. You know, if we're lucky here, he plays a 5-drop, I can just Magmatic Galleon it. And I can tap 2 artifacts to attack with the Chariot as well. Which would be cool. Could not have gone better, honestly. Maybe we'll try putting in the work. Leaving the bit of triumph up. Reasonable. Seems reasonable. Huh. I'm sort of stuck here now. Got nothing but lands. So I can turn that into a creature and he can kill it. Oh, I could have created the chariot as well. I'm an idiot. Why didn't I just create the chariot as well? I forgot about the treasure token. Could have got an extra. Oh, he's going to. Alright, that was a stupid play. I should have just attacked with both. Very silly of me. Nice. Deadway's pretty good. Doesn't do much on this board, of course. Yeah, doesn't do much on this board. He's forced to put the quality scavenger in. Yeah, understandable. Fair. Fair. Well, if you're gonna just draw a lance, there's nothing you can do. There's not much to be done here. I mean, I'm sitting on 7 lands, you know. I have 2 in my hand, so need to draw something. If I just got that 5 points of damage in earlier, would have won this game as well. It's so frustrating. It's just a really bad play on my behalf. That's an excellent draw, though. I mean, surely you can't have more removal. Oh, you might. Yeah, I gotta hope he's got nothing there, like. Well, that was closer than it should have been. That game should have been closed out. But I have to say, 2 meter was an excellent draw in that situation. So there you go. You know, we were just in a racing situation. But as I said, that was sloppy play. You know, it just shows you how one tiny just missing something very simple, because you're not used to playing with a card, or you forget something, or you're thinking about something else, and it can cost you a whole game. You know, and that's a big mistake. Like, that's a pretty obvious one. So then you have to think about, what about the small edges that you're leaking every single game, like? Because that mistake is not an easy mistake to make that I made. Like, you know, that's a big one. So Yeah. Nobody's going to argue this is a great hand, but it's not a terrible hand. Oh my god. Please stop. Oh, for God's sake. Now it's out of range of my idol. So now we're just racing. Well, that worked out, so he can't pull off the double block that he wants, so the race is going highly in our favour now. And then we can play a Sunscribe at the end of turn. So the race is going well in our favour. We're getting in 6 points, and we've got a Menace Dynamaton. So he fast later bring back a 4-2, a 5-3. Oh, that's rough. And a Water Wind Scout. Oh, that is really rough. Now the good thing is we have 3 pieces of removal, so okay. We can assume he's holding nothing. That's my assumption. Just stone nothing. Okay, well we drew Quintorious, so that helps a lot. Now what's Cave's Crawler's thing? Attacks. Yeah, when it attacks. So it's not when it attacks a player or whatever. conceding seems a bit rough there now. Like, he had a 6-7, he'd send that in. I have to trade off 2 of my creatures. Huh. That seems a bit rough. Huh. So yeah, like, Quintorious is just such a beating. You know, I think, although to be fair, he did go Water and Scout in the thing to trade for both my guys. You know, so. I reckon I could build this deck differently and maybe even make it better. Honestly. It's the strangest deck. Because you want to be super aggressive, but Magmatic Galleon and Quintorious are so good that you want to hit your 5-drops, so I just don't know. This is a really nice hand. Now, we've been flooding out, and this of course would be typical to be the hand where we'd whiff. Where do you see? 2 5-drops in hand, we're not going to hit any lands now. Whereas I can go Sunscribe into Atali's favour if all goes well. I just need a land off the top. Visage of Dread. Quite a nice hand, don't you think? It's Quintorious all day. Oh, we picked the wrong card. Interesting. Okay, nice. Magmatic Galleon is good, but Quintorious is better. This makes me think he's got like, got another one. Nice. If he can follow that up. Oh, it's too bad. May as well equip. Nice, nice. Okay, that worked out for me. Tally's favourite all day, of course. Do I trade here? No, I don't feel like I should, right? No, I'm not going to. There's a million things he could have here, but I'm not going to sit back with it. He doesn't have anything? I find that very hard to believe. So I do. Come to a good draw. Now we can do better than that. So he's going to do this and get the Dread Osteosaur. Okay. Let's go for Chupacabra. Aqua's a pretty good one. Oh, but he can't hit the Dynamaton. That's heartbreaking. Because he had to exile for the Osteosaur, so he can only hit the... No, he hit the 3-2, yeah. That's lethal, right? Let me think here. That's lethal, right? So now he can block. He can block there. He can block there, and then that's lethal, yeah. Yeah, sure, I'll actually take a 1-1 flyer. That's lethal, I think. He blocks there. He can't. He blocks there, and he takes 6. Yeah. That's lethal. There you go. Well, that's my opponent's fault for just not taking Quintorious out of my hand. You take some Quintorious out of my hand, I'd probably lose that game. Or it's a lot closer anyway. Magmatic Galleon, of course, is worth an awful lot as well. Actually, what's the higher win rate, I wonder? Let's see. Let's have a look. So Magmatic Galleon has 70% game in hand. And Quintorious doesn't have enough, so we'll just have a look at all decks. Color, multicolor. So what is Quintorious in multicolor? Yeah, 67.1. And then this is looking at top players, and then Magmatic Galleon 69.8. So maybe he did take the right card technically. If you're going off game in hand win rate only, of course. And I wouldn't have thought that. I know it's a 1-for-1 in the sense, you know, like I know, or not 2-for-1. Sorry, you know, you have, and then of course it can cause a lot of hassle. But you have to crew it. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with it. Whereas Quintorious, you just press +1 and you just make a creature every single turn. Another strong hand. A thing would have been better. Miner's Gathering. I was thinking about keeping the Aspirin in order to buff up something later. But given our hand... Yeah, let's just discover with Atali's Favor here. Well, that worked out. Thanks. Yeah, I didn't expect that either. He's now out of range of the Spring Blade traps or whatever, Saw Blade traps as well. That's crazy. Do I trade off here? Yeah, I do. What a game. My goodness. Nice. It's got trample, which really helps. That helped a lot as well. That helped a lot as well. Just need a land. Just give me a land. Oh, Quicksand Warpool. One really outside. Fair, fair. Deconstruction Hammer. Nice. No blocks. I need a land. Come on. Give me a land. Come on. Just give me a land. Oh, you beautiful, beautiful creature. Well, that's a bit of an oof from my opponent there. Yeah, but you can't tap it, right? It loses all abilities, right? Yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah. That's sort of embarrassing, to be fair. That was a cool game, though. Beat 1,000 Moon Smithy with just an Abrade and a Petrify. Nice. Nice, but that's a bit embarrassing. But I have made a similar error with thing before with Deconstruction Hammer. You so rarely use it to destroy an artifact that you sometimes forget that that's how it works. You have to tap the creature itself. You have to pay 3 mana and tap the creature to basically throw the hammer. You know, so you can forget that easily enough. So Dex blasting here, Magmatic Galleon coming in clutch there. Okay, I can see why it's so well thought of. I've had it in a deck before and it was unbelievable. You know, but I just assumed Quintorious would be the man. I still think he is, though. You know, even though I didn't get to cast him there. I go first. What's my chance of drawing planes? 1 in 4. Nah, we can do better than this. Yeah, see? Do I just bottom the Galleon here? Or do I just be really ropey and, like, hope to hit a land? I mean, it's 5 mana. Huh. But if I get to that 5 mana, it's like game. I'm going to be a real butthole here and I'm going to be super greedy. This is really greedy. Really, really, really greedy. What do they take out of it? If they take Magmatic Galleon, I feel happy. Because now I'm not under the pressure that I have to try and play the damn thing. I'm a long way off it. You know, smart players stick a Tally's favour and hope I never get that far. But now if I'd bottomed the Galleon, I would have been able to play a Tally's favour that turn. You know, so he would have taken out my hand, so it wouldn't have made any difference. You know, I thought keeping 2 lander was the decent enough play given how many low drops I have. So Koi Viper, pretty good. I kept a dodgy hand. I'm getting punished now, but I'm still okay. Opponent hasn't done that much. He doesn't have a target for So-Called Viper. That's any good. I suppose he gets So-Called Viper back to Guiding, but it just comes back with it as a 1-1, right? Yeah, so it's not the end of the world. I do need to draw land at some point, but I have reasonable chances. I like 50-50 draw land next turn. That's pretty good. Now, the question is, do I slap a Tally's Favor now? Surely not, right? He knows I have it. Let's just chill. Didn't seem to he had any responses, to be fair. I can craft that with the Galleon, which is nice. So. Maybe should I, yeah, okay. That worked out. That worked out. Glad I didn't run the Tally's Favor right into open mana there. It's the same two cards he already knows are there. Interesting. Alright, now assuming he's got removal of some description, let's just craft this. The torch. Stick it on the Guidewing. Send the Guidewing in. Nothing. Okay, cool. Okay, so he doesn't have anything. I didn't think he had anything because it wasn't a pause the last time. But this still is a better play, because then if he kills the Guidewing, I can put a counter on the Tomb Raider. I've got the Sunborn shortly, which I can use. I'll probably slam it next turn. If I draw the land, of course. Visage of Dread, turn into the Osiosaur. If he wants to do that, is that not 6 though? Yeah, it is 6. It doesn't have 6. Well, he might go to a land this hand, these thing I'm playing. But then he has to craft it with 2 creatures. Oh, he has 2 creatures, okay. Could do that. Make a 5-4. Then I Tally's Favor and have a 4-2 flyer. Hit something useful and try and kill him. That's probably the plan. Yeah, he's priced into it, is he? Pet 5, fair. Play the Sunborn. No attacks. So we spent our mana well this game. So like, even though we've been down on it, has he got more removal? I think he's playing black-white, probably. I spent 6 mana to do that though, so that worked out alright. At this point we'll play the Torch. Play the Tally's Favor. 3-3, hit a Petrify, yeah, sure. Oh, that was a misplay actually. Because he's just going to Visage of Dread now, so that was a misplay. Big time. I guess my Soul Blades. You scallywag. A lot of hand disruption here, but Visage of Dread is probably the better play, so. Just play a Sunscribe. Am I going to move this to the Sunscribe to make it a 3-1, and then this makes that a... No, I don't think so. Starting to get close though. Starting to get close. Because he can just make the Dread Osiosaur. Oh, Pigeon Spectre, that's pretty good. That's a funny. You've literally been told about this. Go away. No, I am indeed. Now you can do the Dread Osteosaur. Yeah, he's wearing me down pretty well. Yeah, you know, he's leveraging all these extra cards now. Oh, defossilizing back the Spike Tail. Very nice. Yeah, this game's pretty much over at this stage. Putting the Petrify in the Soul Coil Viper was a terrible idea. I got carried away. No blocks. Deep Cavern Bat, just have the lifelink, yeah, nice. And then what do I draw? Tally's Favor. Ah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, but now you're just going to be able to give the Deep Cavern that Vigilance. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we still have Hope, though. Oh, that's an interesting one. He should have sent the 6-7. That's what he was put. I have Trample, though. But he would have had the life. Yeah, he should have sent the 6-7, I think. Visitor of Dread with the Osteosaur, yeah, that's definitely the play. Do I trade with the Spike Tail is the question? He will kill both of my creatures. Probably have to and just hope he can't beat me. Because I can keep moving these equipments around. So he's decided whether he wants to do Visitor of Dread or Tithing Blade. It's gotta be Visitor of Dread, man. Yeah. Spike Tail, it's gotta be the Spike Tail, man. I gotta take the trade, don't I? Yeah, I gotta take the trade. Yeah, so he's gonna make the 5-4. Yeah, because the Tithing Blade is just not gonna work. Oh, the Petrify kind of worked out, because then I'd be in trouble now. So the Petrify kind of worked out. Now I'm going to be attacking 4 in the air. He's going to get the Tithing Blade. The Tithing Blade's only going to work once. What is that? Hidden Necropolis. Oh, okay, cool. There's no way he's going to 1-mana play, right? Oh, I think we won, unless he has more removal. I just take 6 here, and then... No, I don't take 6, sorry, I take 9. Now you Tithing Blades, gains 1 life. Yeah. Yep. I realistically cannot afford to block here, so... This is a pretty close one. This is a pretty close one. I don't know what to do. I mean, we're not blocking. I think that would be nonsense. If he has any sort of disruption at all. I've got to assume that I'm dead. So, but we'll get all in. Yeah, I gotta assume he's got some sort of removal. Because now, if he attacks in, I can trade, right? Interesting. Interesting. I wonder how he's going to play this. It's game over though. He just gives them out of the ancestors to the Dread Osseous when they lose. Just give it to the Osseous. Oh, yeah, good game. Good game. That was a good game. Probably plays I could have made that would have won that game from it. I'm not sure what they are though. But that was a good game. It was a long one. You know, the deck is not that well designed to take on like a really grindy deck like that. And it held its own. It held its own. So it did. See the Petrify. Yeah, I should have just kept the Petrify in my hand. But I probably would end up losing it then. He had a lot of hand disruption. It was a cool deck. A lot of good black cards. What are you, 2 deep cavern bats, didn't you? The Visage of Dread, Tithing Blade, Defossilize, Soul Coil Viper. Yeah, it's a cool deck. Cool deck. And I kept a really risky hand. Can't keep that. Can't keep that. Right. Right. What do we do here? I think we do have to put the Galleon back now. I'm going to regret it if we draw really well, but I kind of need the lands here because I can go Guidewing, Sunscribe, and the Sunborn. Could be really cool if I get it off. But it's a lot of. I find that it's a lot of pieces to assemble. You know, to try and just getting the Sunborn off is not easy. Yeah, okay, I'm really glad I got rid of the Galleon now. Scry 1, but do I want to draw another Sunscribe? No, we can do better than that. I'm gonna chump. Okay, bring out the last gift. We need to finish this game quick. No, we can do better. Problem is, all he has to do is have removal for this, and like my whole plan is kind of boned. If that's all he has, though, definitely bring her the last gift, 100%. Well, he's got a lot of mana to make up. That's a treasure, though, so. In case he has more hand disruption, I'm going to keep him mountain just in case. So now he's got Geologic Treasure. That's pretty cool. He has to use the treasure, so that's kind of cool. Okay. It's unlikely he's ever going to attack, so I think I actually cast this Saw Blades here. There's no point holding it, and I can tap it later. Yeah. Oh, I didn't think about that. I'm an idiot. That's exactly what I was hoping to draw. Well, they're still going to trade unless I hit something else off this Itali's favour. Would I rather have it on the 1-1 bird? Because they're still going to trade unless I hit something else. Nah, let's stick it on the bird because they're still going to trade, so. Of course I can tap them, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay. Super power out, someone gets -5/-5, yeah, that's fine. Done. Why couldn't I crew the Saw Blades? Oh, because I need to craft the thing first. Of course. I haven't crafted the bloody thing yet. Defossilize back to Echo. Plundering Power is pretty good. Kill the Guide Ring, I'm sure. Can't attack, or I'll just maybe try it. This is a cool deck. Why did you concede? People get really salty with Planeswalkers. Like, there's no need to concede. You know, you could if he is, well, maybe he doesn't have Bringer. I thought he had Bringer. If he has Bringer, he could easily win from this position. Jeez. People are very quick to concede, honestly. That was another kind of rough game. But it worked out. Caverns Sunborn, that's the first time I've ever actually got to attack with the bloody thing. That's the, I think, or maybe I did it once the last game. This is the first draft where I've got to attack with the thing. I've got to assume that I'm going to either hit planes or something I can bloody play. And with Quintorious in hand and 3 lands, like, we're playing the long game here. Next turn we can hopefully idle whatever he plays and get in for 4. I would like to hit a planes at some point. I do need to hit a planes. This is very unusual. 6/6. Nice. Oh, well, there's a planes at least in time. That's fine. I've definitely seen worse. Alright, I gotta hope for the best here. If I double block the Bedrock Tortoise, it'll die. He'll lose that ability. So we gotta go like this, and like this, and like this. And then we gotta hope that he doesn't have any tricks. Because he'll lose that ability now. And then I upgrade. I should attach it here, so I can trade with the Mineshaft Spider if he wants to throw it at Quintorious. Okay. Jam Guard's okay. Jam Guard's okay. With his current board state, Jam Guard's okay. Tap 2 untapped artifacts. Okay, so you can just tap it and put a counter on it. He could have what his final strike, but he could have done that before to make sure he got through here. So this kind of works because I'm going to trade that card to protect Quintorious all day because it's Quintorious that's making it. This is 2 to equip, right? Yeah, so we can send for 2 or 3, sorry. Okay, that's fine. Next to combat, send in the 3-1. One attack. I got an end actually here. I'm happy just to trade. Yeah, I'm happy just to trade. Pup. Sounds great for Pup. Gem Guard, is he just going to buff it? It's probably his best bet if he's holding nothing. That seems like he's holding nothing. So. I just don't think I just don't think he has anything, yeah. What's he got? Causing Blast, yeah, fine. Okay, well that's a reason to actually do this beforehand. Oops. Okay, that was a reason to do that beforehand. I didn't think about that. He was hoping... Oh, why didn't he just use that? He could have kept one of his creatures around. What's his life total? One, two, three, right? No, he will die if I do that, yeah. I don't even think in the colours there's any way I can lose, right? Good game, yeah. Quintorious coming in clutch again. I swear, the decks that I've had, this guy, I seem to draw him all the time. Like, I seem to draw him like an absurd amount of time. What's that now, 6-1? There you go, guys. If you want to win, just draft more Mythic Planeswalkers. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. I can't believe how stupid I was to not realize I could attack and then tap with the guys. I'm an idiot. I think I go... Yeah, go Guidewing first, because then I can go Tomb Raider and Guidewing next turn, yeah. Three 1-drops on the play, pretty good. Dead Whip. Echo of Dusk. For the draft. Oh, that's good for me. Doesn't add the board in any way. Yeah, sure. You want to trade 3 for 2? I'm with you all day, mate. Am I popping this galleon off on an Echo of Dusk? In new blocks. Probably am, yeah, I'm just gonna pop this galleon off. Crew 2, right? Yeah. Oh, you're not gonna like this, mate. You're not gonna like this, mate. I guess I play my mountain, yeah. I guess so. Per opponent, stuck in somebody land, stinging cave caller, death touch, and then that's GG. Well, I'm not gonna say it because I sometimes it seems like it's rude. I don't know. Just seems rude, you know, to say GG there, because I feel like that would be like condescending, you know. Well, that deck absolutely slapped. Strange, I don't think it didn't have a right to slap as hard as it did. You know, it had 2 very good cards at the top, but it was like an aggro deck. So strange. So like these 2 cards at the top, they were very, very strong, and then the rest of it's just pure like play a bunch of junkers really. And it feels like the composition of the deck is off. You know, like I don't have enough creatures to really make it work. My removal was kind of awkward. It lined up pretty well for the most part in most games. So it's kind of like put a bunch of early pressure on, and then hope to hit one of these guys later on, you know. Cabaraki Sunburn, it's so hard to make that card work, you know. And like, you don't get that much if you do. And I never actually had the 2 out together. So like, I never actually did any discovering nonsense. It's hard to do the discovering nonsense when just making 3/2s, like, is the way to go. Because I can discover 4 and I can hit just like a, what do you call it, like a Goblin Tomb Raider or something. You know, and then like, -3 is a lot. You know, I'd rather keep Quintorious alive, keep leveraging him, if possible. I don't want to take any chances. Now, having said that, offering the trades, the Planeswalkers make people play strange. Because, like, being able to trade my 2 3/2s for that Bedrock Tortoise, then chump with the Attentive Subscribe and then finish him off with the Braid was insane. Yeah. So there you go. If you want to win more drafts, just draft a bunch of mythic rares, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.